You need to hear this if you're a believer in love. Jane's laughter echoed through the park. Davie's hand in hers, warm and sure. His eyes held hers, a silent promise reflected in their depths. They were new, this couple, but their connection felt familiar, comforting. A safe haven in the chaos of life.
Davie, you always know how to calm my anxieties. Your presence is like a soothing balm to my worries.
He made her believe in happy endings, made her believe in forever.
Jane, our first date was a blur of shared laughter and shy smiles. It was the beginning. We both felt it.
And in the whirlwind of new love, Jane felt truly happy. Joy and Jane, inseparable since childhood. Two halves of the same soul. They shared secrets whispered in the dark, dreams scribbled on faded notebooks. Their bond, unbreakable, or so Jane believed.
Joy, remember those summer vacations at each other's houses? Secrets whispered under the covers, and late-night talks that stretched into the sunrise.
Yeah, Jane. Our friendship was a constant in an ever-changing world.
Joy was there when Jane's first love ended in heartbreak. Her shoulder to cry on, her words a soothing balm. She was Jane's rock, her confidant, her biggest cheerleader. But things were changing, a subtle shift in the air. Davie's arrival had shifted the balance. Jane saw it in the subtle tightening of Joy's smile, heard it in the forced laughter that didn't quite reach her eyes. Envy, green and insidious, had taken root.
Jane, are you sure about Davie? Sometimes I wonder about his intentions.
Joy's comments, once light-hearted, now held a barbed edge. She made snide remarks about Davie, questioning his intentions. Jane dismissed it, attributing it to Joy's protective nature. But deep down, a seed of doubt began to sprout.
Why does our laughter feel strained now, Joy? There's a growing distance, an invisible wall between us.
The easy companionship replaced by a palpable tension. Jane felt a growing distance, an invisible wall being erected between them. Their once unbreakable bond, now fragile, threatening to shatter. Joy's bitterness intensified. She started flirting openly with Davie, her laughter louder, her touch lingering a little too long.
It's just Joy being playful, nothing to worry about.
Davie, oblivious, wrote it off as Joy's playful nature. Jane, however, felt a growing unease.
Something doesn't feel right.
One evening, after dinner at Jane's apartment, Joy, plying Davie with wine, made her move. She leaned in close, her voice a husky whisper, her intent clear.
Davie, I've always felt something special between us.
Davie, caught off guard, pulled back.
Joy, what are you doing? Think about Jane, about our friendship. We can't cross this line.
Joy, fueled by jealousy and too much wine, confessed her feelings.
It's always been you, Davie. I've loved you all along.
Davie, shocked and disgusted, rejected her advances. He left that night, leaving a distraught Joy in his wake. The annual summer festival. The air buzzed with excitement. The scent of popcorn and cotton candy hung heavy in the air. Jane was meeting Davie later, but Joy had insisted they meet earlier. They were back at Jane's apartment, Joy preparing drinks.
I can't wait to see Davie tonight. We have so much to talk about our future.
Jane, oblivious, chatted excitedly about Davie, about their future. Joy handed her a drink, a sinister glint in her eyes.
Here, Jane, have a drink. Cheers to your future.
Jane, trusting as ever, took a large gulp. Later that night, at the festival, Jane searched for Davie. She found him, but he wasn't alone.
Davie, what is this?
Joy's arms were wrapped around him, her lips locked on his. The world spun. The music, the laughter, the joyous shouts, all faded into a dull roar. Davie looked disoriented, confused. He tried to explain. His words slurred, his eyes filled with a hazy confusion.
Jane, I don't remember anything past the first drink at your apartment.
The truth, ugly and painful, dawned on Jane. Weeks turned into months. Joy, racked with guilt, confessed to drugging Davie's drink that night.
Jane, I'm so sorry. I drugged Davie's drink. I'm pregnant.
Jane's heart, already broken by the betrayal, shattered completely. She couldn't comprehend the depth of her best friend's betrayal.
How could you, Joy? How could you do this to me?
The friendship, once a source of strength, now felt like a cruel joke. The bond they shared, irrevocably broken. The pain of Davie's betrayal was profound, but it was Joy's actions that cut the deepest. Jane walked away from both of them, from the love that had promised forever, from the friendship that had defined her life. She was adrift, lost in a sea of pain and anger. But even in the depths of her despair, the will to survive flickered. She allowed herself to grieve, to rage, to cry. Slowly, painfully, she began to heal.
I need to focus on myself, on rebuilding what was shattered.
She focused on herself, on rebuilding the life that had been shattered. She learned to trust again, to open her heart to the possibility of love, of friendship. The road to healing was long and arduous, but Jane emerged stronger, more resilient. The betrayal had changed her, left its scars, but it had also taught her the importance of self-love, of setting boundaries, of never settling for anything less than she deserved. Thank you for watching Jane's story. Stay tuned for more inspiring stories ahead.